The Embodied Performance Podcast, episode 44. I'm Nick Markey, Beach Barbell, Physical Therapy, Strength Training, Gym, in Wilmington, North Carolina. Check out beachbarbell.com for details. We are holding our launch promo and charity drive for Health Possible Incorporated until November 1st. Again, check beachbarbell.com for details. Thank you. So on today's Thursday, or Transformation Thursday, where we talk about sort of things that are tangentially related to performance and life training. We try to get a little creative. I want to talk about, should you make your own lunch? So kind of a fun, sillier topic, but I think a decent one. So, a lot of people end up eating out for lunch, when they work. It's sometimes, it feels quicker, easy, you just pop in, buy something, pop out. And that's not bad to do every once in a while. Doing it on a regular basis, though, I don't think is the best idea. Financially, that adds up. Obviously, if you're having to buy, lunch every day, so that's going to be something like maybe $5 to possibly $10, $15 every day. And time-wise, actually, you have to travel somewhere. Sometimes your work will be right next to, something, something that you like, deli or something. And then, just from a caloric standpoint, that also might be a reasonable heavy hitter. So in terms of diet, nutrition, you might, you have more control if you are making the food. So let's just go into those few things. So financially, obviously, is one of them. When you're looking at ways to try to maintain a budget or save money, there's those little things that add up. If you're buying a coffee every day, if you're buying lunch every day, buying a snack every day, you might be spending $15, $20, $30 a day. Doesn't seem like a lot at the time, but you add that up over, if you say you work 5 days a week, it's $150 a week, times 4 weeks, it's $600 a month, Now, obviously, just like anything, if that's worth the trade-off to you, like if you enjoy all those things, then go for it. But, oftentimes I think, you're probably just buying all those things when you could probably be, minimizing how often you do those things. Maybe instead of buying lunch every day, you set it's, 1 day a week that you go buy lunch. It's kind of like a treat yourself. So then it feels actually more special because you don't do it all the time. And so you get kind of, have some fun with it. Maybe same thing with the coffee. Maybe you just pick a certain day, or you have maybe a kind of a gift card to yourself where, when you're having a lower energy day or period or whatever, if it's like 1 p.m. and you're just sluggish, then maybe you use your weekly gift card on yourself to go get coffee or whatever. And same thing with, snacks and stuff, the snacks, if your goal is to try to lose weight, buying snacks is usually not the greatest thing. And so let's go into maybe kind of controlling calories and whatnot. So if you make your own lunch, you know everything that you're putting into it, right? You can more or less know what the heck the restaurant is giving you in terms of lunch or whatever, but there could be, they tend to run higher on the calories unless you're, being very meticulous about it. But, if you go buy a plate of lunch somewhere, chances are it's going to be running up in calories. Now, if that's like you eat tiny meals for breakfast and dinner, and lunch is just your big meal because you like it, then that's fine. You'll probably be fine. But a lot of times people will probably eat that big lunch and then probably eat a big dinner, and they could be very well going over their, caloric expenditure for the day. So how many calories they use. So just, majority of those calories used necessary during the day are just your basic life functions. They call that your base metabolic rate. And then you add all the activity, walking around, that kind of thing, doing exercise, whatever. Those are, the actual movement around during the day, just if you have an active job or something, then that's actually burning a decent amount of calories. And then any extra exercise you add on top of that. So, if you're that amount and what you're eating is more, eating and or drinking is more, then you're going to, over time, just gradually gain weight. And then if you look at those drinks, coffee drinks, where, they're the super sugary, they're, probably ridiculously delicious. But the problem with those high sugar coffee drinks, that they don't really make you full, even though they have a ton of calories in them, but you don't really get full, as opposed to if you ate a meal with a good mix of vegetables and fruit and, protein of some sort. So you oftentimes can drink that and then slam down some sort of pastry or another snack in a little while, and if they say that you had that in the morning, you could be, maybe almost up to, if not over, your halfway in your calories, expenditure. Because again, those, sugary coffee drinks don't make you feel full. So that's kind of the calorie portion as well. So some ideas you can, that I like to do, that may be helpful for you, are, maybe the dinner the night before, you make extra. So, if you make a good dinner with a good mix of, some sort of protein, maybe a little bit of the starch, and then some sort of veggies, you make a whole bunch, and then basically you have a little container and fill that container with, part of that, whatever's left, and then you eat the rest of that for dinner, but then you already have your lunch, ready for the next day. So it's just, real quick and easy, and you're the one that cooked it, so you already know, more or less what's in it. And then, you just pick some sort of fruit or something you like. So you end up getting, serving, 2 servings of fruit and veggies already set up, for the next day in your lunch. And then, for snack wise, you might cut up, you may just do this all at the same time, when you're sort of prepping dinner and whatnot, get maybe another piece of fruit and some veggies or something like celeries or carrots, maybe something more, a little easier on in terms of management, like finger-ish foods, snap peas, celery, carrots, that kind of thing. And then you'll, when you get a craving for a snack, you can grab one of those. For the next day, in terms like, probably should figure out a way to make your own coffee, and you can put it in your own mug. And then at work, you can wash that out and put water in it. And, if you just hate the taste of water, then you can get those little added, flavorings that don't add extra calories. So you can actually kind of enjoy the water. And then that way you're saving on the calories and the cost of, buying some coffee, sugary coffee drink somewhere. So you end up sort of, getting some water, getting some snacks, hydrating more, which would be good. Maybe that would then get you up to go, urinate more, which would get you up moving, kind of that like natural, I got to get up and move type thing. So, obviously you can also just, instead of, if you don't really like to eat leftovers or something, like, if that's too boring for you, then, you could just make, sandwich or whatever at the time. I think doing it around when you make the dinner is kind of like an easy, you're already there, you're already in the kitchen. It's like we talked about before, the behavior change. You want to make it, whatever it is, easy. So, if you're already there, then you might be more likely to just do it, so you just kind of get used to getting it done. And then you have cleanup, you have the whatever you use for dinner, and then, whatever you use to make the lunch, you just clean it up all at the same time. Yeah. So in terms of timing, when you do this, you already have your lunch, you just walk over to the whatever, your break room or whatever, and maybe if it's nice outside, go eat outside, or you could, if you made a sandwich, you can go for a walk and eat the sandwich while you walk. It's like the big plus side of sandwiches is they're very portable. If you have some coworkers you like to, you want to sit and talk to, you already got your lunch ready. If they are going out to lunch, obviously, then, and you made your lunch, then you might have to just not worry about them for today. But yeah, I think, making your own lunch is a good way to kind of control costs, both calorie and financially. It's a good habit to get into. Kind of starts your day, starts your next day off better, right? You're already kind of setting yourself up for success. You're already planning, and you're already kind of setting your mind towards, the changing in health habits, right? Like before even the day started, you're already like planning your day, you're like, okay, well, I already got my lunch ready, and I know, and it's like, it sets in your mind that idea that you are that healthy person, like we've talked about, like, you change the identity of who you are, to that healthy person. And by you prepping and being ready for that, the day before, you're getting off on the right foot, before the next day's even started. So something to consider. And I think that'll be good for today's Transformation Thursday. I guess not a huge transformation, but it's all about little changes here and there. That's the kind of the funny part is, big giant transformations, one, probably don't stick because they're too drastic of changes, unless it's like something like you had a heart attack and say you quit smoking or something like that. But the little stuff really adds up and compounds on itself, and then it gives you kind of further sort of motivation to go for other little things. Like, well, if I did that, then I can do that, and if I did that, then I can do that, and they start adding up on each other. And so, if you're starting to do that, like with the lunch thing, and then maybe you start eating a little bit different in the morning, and then you start eating a little bit different at night, and then, maybe you don't go out to eat as much. You start, cooking in, more, and you start, buying more vegetables and fruit. You start eating a little bit more protein. It's just these little things that, gradually add up, and you will, over time see the results both in how you feel and how you look, and how you perform ultimately in the world with, what you have to do. So I hope this was somewhat interesting, talking about making your own lunch. But again, I'm Nick Markey of Beach Barbell Physical Therapy Strength Training Gym. Check us out, beachbarbell.com. Remember, launch promo, charity drive until November 1st. If you join before November 1st, you get the launch promo, and we donate $50 to Health Possible Incorporated. Again, check out beachbarbell.com for details. Thank you for listening. Please download and subscribe, and share it with somebody that you think might help. Try to spread the word message. Thank you very much. Bye.